pick is finally in.
All right, here we go. First of all, a couple guys that we shouted out before, want to keep shouting them out. Bubba Stu Betts and Shane Vitosh are both 13-2 through 3 weeks. I don't even know how that's possible. We have 8 people at 12-3, so congratulations to you guys.
There you go.
I was 2-3 last week. We should probably put in what we picked last week because I always forget. But I was 2-3 last week. I'm 8-7 on the season. I hate this slate of games. I absolutely hate it. It's all like 3.5 and 1.5 and 2.5, and it's like there's awful. Okay. All right. So first of all, here I have the Dolphins plus 3.5 at the Bengals today. It just
get it over with. Rip the Band-Aid off.
It's like I don't know. It feels like a field goal game. I'll take the 3.5. Like I think these teams are close enough. I have the Lions minus 4.5 against the Seahawks.
Love that.
The Lions are pretty good. Like I just think the Lions offense is one of the. I mean, they are a top 10 team by DVOA. They're playing against the defense that I think is dead last in EPA per dropback allowed. We saw what the Falcons did to them last week. Yeah. So I think the Lions are really going to be able to move the ball in this game at home. I have the Jags plus 6.5 at the Eagles. I think the Jags are good, man. I think this is a real test for Philly. So that's one of the bigger lines on the entire board this week. I'm going to take the points. I'm doing this to myself again. I have the Colts minus 2.5.
Oh, man. Glutton for punishment. Unbelievable.
You are.
I think the Titans are actively bad. And it's a down year. That they're banged up. Their offensive line is full of guys that are borderline starters in the league. They're just rolling especially spinning the wheel for who's going to play corner for them, which when you consider how much they've spent on that position is kind of wild. So I don't know. The Colts are at home, right? They're 2.5 point favorites or on their road.
No, it's in Indy.
Yeah, all right. So the 2.5 point favorites at home. I'm taking that. I don't feel good about it, but I'm taking it. And then the Cardinals are getting points against the Panthers.
I can't believe this. This is the one I'm cracking up about.
I have to do this. I cannot, in good conscience, take the Panthers should not be favored over anyone. So I'm taking the 1.5 points with the Cardinals right now. Again, I don't feel good about it. I don't feel good about any of these.
I can understand that argument for it. We have some overlap. I'm also glutton for punishment. I did the Colts minus 2.5 at home against the Titans.
I also did the Jaguars. Unbelievable.
I know.
Unbelievable.
I can't believe it.
Right? We need a clinging to our prior segment on the Colts eventually if this keeps going like this.
After we've berated them for 2 weeks, just bashed them, just gone, oh my God, I can't believe they do this. Yep, there I am betting on Gus Bradley once again.
What sort of budget do we have on this show? Like if we were to hire someone who would just stand next to me and every single time I talk myself into the Colts again, they would just spray me with a spray bottle like a cat. Is that something that we could fit into the budget of the show?
I think we could probably make that happen.
Okay.
Hopefully one of our purse string holders is hopefully watching this right now and just making a note of it.
Just as an idea.
Put it on the budget for next year. I also did the Jaguars plus 6.5 at the Eagles. I do think the Eagles are overall a better team, but 6.5 is a lot. That's a lot of points. I thought it would be more like a 4.5 kind of line. So I'm going to take the points there. I think it's going to be a really fun game. I'm doing the Falcons plus 2.5 hosting the Browns. I'm loving this. I think this game's going to be a barn burner. So I'm taking the points. I really do. I think
it should be really 10-7. I swear to God.
That's how it always works, right? I remember last year the Cowboys were playing the Chiefs and we were all geeked up for it. And I think it was 13-7 at the end.
It was
we did the whole offensive breakdown for that game. Yeah, I'm not bitter. So now that we got the Raiders minus 2.5 hosting the Broncos. If you can't tell, a little low on the Broncos offense. And I think this Raiders team, anytime the owner meets with the head coach in the stadium before the press conference, I think there's going to be a little fire lit under this Raiders team.
3 games into the season.
3 games in with another big deal. It's unbelievable. So I think there's going to be a little fire under that Raiders team. I think Devontae Adams is probably going to get about 20 targets in this game. Anyone wants to DFS that. Also, Patrick Graham, his defensive coordinator, going against Russell Wilson. So you got a cover 2 guy going against Russell Wilson's kryptonite. Yeah. I don't know. I like this fit. I like the bet. And I think that's it. Yep. I have the Lions host the Seahawks minus 4.5. I think the Seahawks team, I do like a lot of the pieces. They're just not a complete team. I think this Lions team is playing with confidence. I think we all know that. They're a feisty team. Going to be different seeing them as a favorite, but I do think this is a good matchup for them where they can just kind of pound away, hit some big plays, play some good defense. I think that's going to be a good game for them.
35-30, like 36-31. That's what I want from that game. 36-31 Lions. That's what I'm into.
It also feels like the sort of game to me, you guys, where the Lions can just sort of bully them around and sit on the ball and really dominate the game that way. So that is our one unanimous pick this week. I am also in on the Lions -4.5 against the Seahawks. I've got 3 unique picks, 3 games we have yet to hear. Vikings -2.5 against the Saints. Dalvin Cook, full participant in practice on Thursday. Even without him, Alexander Madison would be able to step right in. But hey, we'd like to see Dalvin out there. I mean, I just don't know what the Saints do well and do consistently. I think the Vikings win that game. I'm very surprised that's only a 2.5. Hey, I'm going to be quad boxing with the Jets and Steelers too, because I'm picking the Jets +3.5.
Love it.
I'll take the hook outright. I like these are 2 offenses that I'm not sure exactly know what they want to do when they go out there, but at least I know what to expect of the Jets skill players. And I'm not so sure I can say that about the Steelers because of the Steelers offensive line issues. So give me the field goal plus that hook, and I'll go ahead and I'll take the Jets the +3.5. Ravens and Bills, this just feels like a superhero quarterback game where they go back and forth, and it's Lamar, then Josh, then Lamar, then Josh. So one team getting more than a field goal, I'll take that team, especially with them playing at home. Give me the Ravens +3.5 in that one. And then, guys, I'm going to go against you. You guys both are on the Jaguars +6.5. I think this is a step up in weight class that the Jaguars are not quite ready for. It would just be a little bit too easy of an ascent if they just went into Philly.
A horse race.
A good game.
A horse race going to grade 1.
Right.
Yeah, grade 1
steak race. Exactly. We're going to knock them down a little bit. We thought the Eagles were going to be this team. Robert, you've said it so many times, talking to Bull Wolf. Even if Jalen Hurts didn't take a step forward, everything they had around him smelled like an 11-win team. Well, he's taking that step forward. The Eagles are that Super Bowl contender. I think they give a little dose of reality to the Jaguars this week and cover the 6.5.
I think you just wanted to bet the London game so you could just get up and have action.
8:30 Central Time, man. It's great.
So here's my question about the London game. Obviously, Kirk struggles with
island games. Yeah.
Is there some sort of like temporal shift that is going to screw with him in this game? Even though it's 8:30 for us, it's an afternoon game in London. So I think there's stuff to consider there. I'm trying to stall because I'm trying to look up what Kirk Cousins' stats are in London games and if he's actually played one or not.
Has he played one?
It's too hard. I got him again. Yeah. I don't know if he's played one.
So it is an island game on a literal island for him.
Yeah.
Island on an island. So maybe that's got
I like that.
Yeah, that's something to consider. I couldn't get there to see if
I called Kirk Cousins the anti-vampire the other day, or a couple of weeks ago, because I was so disappointed in betting on the Vikings. And someone goes, "No, he is a vampire. He sucks at night." And I was like, "Yeah, that was the joke. That was the joke."
So, by the way, it's one thing that's very hilarious. I was trying to sort the London stats by pass attempts. The only quarterback since 2018 who has since 2016 with more than 100 pass attempts combined at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium and Wembley is Blake Bortles because of all the Jaguars games that are played there, which is hilarious. I was like, why is Blake Bortles the only person that came up here? It's because of that. Here, are you ready?
Yes.
There are 21 quarterbacks who have attempted at least 20 passes at Tottenham or Wembley Stadium. Kirk Cousins is 5th in EPA per dropback among those quarterbacks. 0.39. He's averaged 8.18 yards per attempt on 68% completions, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. So Kirk has actually been pretty good in London,
Kirk.
And that kind of ruins my joke, and I'm a little upset about it.